the right words. We're switching the routine a little bit. So I wanted to do Absolver, a game that I think never really got that much cred, but still exists. So I want to throw it out there.
What's it about?
I guess you could say it's open world PvP-ish with semi-martial arts.
Hmm.
The reason I say PvP-ish is because there are other things to fight there, and there's like a somewhat story, but technically in game of the story is you're going to be strong enough to basically be able to duel people.
Okay. It's weird to see Devolver Digital's name on this.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, this is an older one that, like, just no one ever talked about. All of them involved. And it's just like, well, what? That's what got me involved in the first place. But
Really?
it's pretty simple premise in itself. Those little glowing things over there.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go beat those to go to the one silver whitish glowing.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You go over there and you beat those specific opponents, but the battles aren't as simple as just, you know.
Fair enough. Makes
it
sense.
doesn't suddenly turn into a match of Street Fighter and then you win. No, it's a little more complicated.
Okay. I gotta admit, I'm digging the aesthetic.
I know. That's what I always loved about the game. Like, it's when you run around and see the
Whoa!
world built nice and everything, but you can blatantly tell that it's built for a bunch of people to be there. And it's just no one's ever there. So you occasionally, in this playthrough, someone does appear. I was like, people.
Huh. I saw your.
While I remember.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was like, bear with while I remember the mechanics. It had been a while.
Oh, that's fine. No, because I noticed your character's face. It looked awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, in the story-wise, like, no one has a face. You have masks. And you can get different items and stuff if you put them on. And so you can have different masks and stuff. But you're never going to see, like, your face.
Oh, okay.
And it's the same thing with, like, if you see someone else, like some other player, if they're ready to fight you, you're not going to see their face. That's how you know that they're involved in the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And see, like, over in the corner, someone online popped in. So there's technically somebody in the world.
God, I don't know
I could
why.
work on them, I could not. It just depends. But yeah, like, look at the world itself. Like,
Wow.
it's well designed.
Yeah. So wait, did Devolver Digital actually make this, or did they publish it? Oh, hey, dude.
Yep, that's that guy. I believe they published it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they don't seem... Well, that's not fair, because they did make Fall Guys, but, like, what I mean is, like, their bread and butter is usually around, like, Hotline Miami. I mean, yes, there's Fall Guys, but...
This seems out of their scope if they were just left to their own.
Well, that's not fair, because didn't they actually make Observation Duty, or was that published?
That I'm not sure. At least off the top of my head.
Yeah, I gotta look into that. Because Observer was great.
Yeah. No. If they did, then it's like, oh, okay, then never mind. Like,
Well, yeah, it's kind of like I forgot what they're called. Crow Team, the guys behind Serious Sam. They did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they made the Talos Principle.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, mentally.
Yeah, it was so weird for them to do that. So.
But it's free flowing combat.
Yeah. I like
It's
that.
just-
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's that kind of free flowing combat. If you decide to fight somebody, you have to be prepared. People can jump you. They decide to be a gang and be like, we're just gonna all fuck you.
So this is Is this a Souls-like?
No. Like, if I die, I can just come back.
Oh, okay.
There's no real consequence to it. I still get my experience on it. Say, like, you're still leveling up and stuff for the experience. Because the way you learn different moves and stuff is the fact of, like, blocking people's moves, leveling up through meditation, which is just a quick little thing. And then that's some dude.
Oh. That person thanked you. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I appreciate him later. He helped. But that's why I said, like, the world's not completely dead, but it's just rare to see a bunch of people running around. But technically, like, he can help, or if he had wanted to, he could have jumped in and fought. Like, the world is open for that. Someone could run over here and just decide, I'm gonna help them and fuck you up. And
Fair enough.
it's fair game. You gotta be ready to fight.
Fair enough. Do they, like, tell you the mechanics?
How so?
Like, you know how, remember how in Hellpoint I was all like, dude, did you know we can have pets?
Yeah, so far, in the beginning, because I technically started us before that, there's a whole intro thing. And then that's basically what, and then in here, or not here, but, this is the leveling system.
Oh, okay.
But, because you can pick your stats, and I'm picking endurance specifically, not because my strength is automatically B, but because mostly everything you need is going to be endurance. Whether it be dodge or block, it's going to affect your stamina.
Oh, I was about to say, so...
I don't like that my stamina's already at C, and I'm like, I'm going to need you at B. I'm going to need you up. That's not going to work in this game, because I tried it before in the past, being like, oh, I'm going to put it in just mobility and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that dodge didn't hold up. Like, it's good dodging. Doesn't hold up when that stamina's gone.
Ah.
So this time I'm like, nah, we're going to take the time to build up stamina.
Whoa. Are you saying that
That
your
way I can
health...
do what I want.
Are you saying that your health and stamina are linked?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying my stamina is linked to my stamina bar.
Oh, okay.
When you go into combat, you'll see a white bar down at the bottom part. That's your stamina bar. When anything you do, when it comes to dodge, block, or anything, will affect that stamina bar. If you stay in block, your stamina won't recount as quick. But if you let go of stamina and even just walk around, your stamina will come back quick, but you're going to be unguarded.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
So it's kinda just like,
So it's kind of like so, I mean, I know it's not an apples to apples thing. Stamina is a lot like how they do guard break in King of Fighters 15.
yes. Or even if you want, well, you hadn't played Sekiro. I'm trying to think, because there's something else. But yeah, basically like that. It's just, there'll be a bar there, as long as you don't let that bar go empty. You can still execute something. But if it goes empty, you're stuck. The best you can do is walk backwards. That's all
okay.
you got.
Wow.
And as you fight, you build up pressure in little shards that are over on your waist that you can't tell right now, but in combat you'll probably see them pop in because I'll get pressured.
Okay.
You use those for the skills that you see on the bottom left.
Is that a hostile? Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's just do it.
Wow. Like, this aesthetic, like, seriously, wow. Again.
That's why I say I fell in love with it visually when it first came out, and I was just like, I really wished it took off more. It's so awesome, just everything about it.
Well, to be fair, this isn't the first, like, martial arts themed game that didn't take off. Do you remember Jade Empire?
Oh, yes. I put some hours in on that, too.
For those who don't know, well, I'll explain Matchness as well in a little bit. But first things first, like, this just goes to show, or at least what I've been saying, especially with, when we were doing the Hellpoint, Jim's Adventures in Hellpoint. Like, I was all like, it's, the indie industry sets the standard now, not AAA. Oh, Doug,
Yeah.
Devolver Digital's AAA. No, they're not. They are not. They're mainstream, but just being mainstream doesn't mean you're AAA. Okay, like that's just no, they're not.
Oh yeah, no, they don't have AAA budget. They just work really well with what they have.
Yeah, they work really well with what they have. Like for instance, Mojang was mainstream up until like Minecraft. Even when Minecraft exploded, it could still be argued that they weren't AAA. Then Microsoft like basically bought them, and then that the rest of that's history. Yeah. But like SNK, Capcom, yeah, they're AAA. Like fucking Devolver Digital, no, they're not. They really aren't. They're still indie.
They've just worked hard for the acclaim that they get.
Yeah.
It's due.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's just you have, because like there's some studios where you could think like, oh, there's some big shot. No, they just bust their asses extra hard to the point that the budget doesn't have. They just know how to do their job and how to get everything done the way they want.
Yeah.
They figured it out.
Yeah. So let me explain what March Matchness is all about. Whoa. Holy shit. Wait, is that a status effect?
Technically, it's gravity. I think it's technically a thing, which makes you heavier, but it makes you slower. So your reactions, everything else would be slower. If you tried to punch, you wouldn't punch as fast as you normally would.
Oh, okay. Oh, now I see the stamina.
So you have to, even when you're doing the combat, you
Holy
have to
shit!
keep an eye on your stamina. Yeah.
Is this game for PC?
I am not sure.
Shit. Oh, good. You got your stamina back.
See, there's ways to do it. It's just, like I say, if you're not guarding, it'll come back quickly, but that's a risk. You've got to be prepared for that moment to unguard and then get back to get your stamina. Otherwise, even just taking a blow is going to break your stance.
So, I'm guessing that guy doesn't want to fight you.
Well, he's NPC for this area. So until you go up to fight him, you'll just be alone.
Oh, okay.
He's bound to here. He's not like some of the others.
Oh, okay.
So that was why I was like, oh, okay, he's not going to murder me right now. I'm going to wait. And then he'll try to escape it.
Wow. So, let me explain what March Matchness is. For the record, I originally wanted to start March Matchness. Is there fall damage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Notice how he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. So, oh, nice. Hey, congrats. March Matchness is. I originally wanted to start this. Either, like, I'm pretty sure it was last year or something, but I just couldn't. I honestly don't remember why I couldn't, but I couldn't. So, what March Matchness is about is basically me playing a bunch of fighting games, brawlers, and beat 'em ups. Because why, honestly, if any of you have heard of March Madness, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do something with March Madness, but call it March Matchness, and like have it be fighting games. Because yeah, like March Madness. Don't get me wrong, I love March Madness. I actually do follow. Well, I mean, like, to be fair, it was for the longest time it was Duke University. For those who don't know what March Madness is, it's college basketball. They just go all in, like, for the championship, essentially. Long story short, I mean, there's more to it than just that. I'm hardcore paraphrasing. And I'm a big Duke fan, or at least I was a big Duke fan, but like the last few years I've just not been kind to them. Anyway, so I was all like, yeah, let's do something with like March Madness, but call it March Matchness for fighting game purposes. Oh, it's that dude.
Yeah. That's why I told you he comes back, and I was just like, oh, okay, I appreciate you.
Well, you're not gonna.
So he's a cool guy. You don't really like. I guess there's a way to possibly talk, but it's mainly just emotes.
Oh, okay.
So that's the most I'm gonna know about him.
Whoa. I love the character design too. I'm assuming you can customize your character?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, as you're doing the battles and going through the world, you'll get gear, and then you can look at it, you can adjust it. The gear does do stat differences, but there's also just aesthetic looks too.
No goose helmet this time. What's that shadow thing?
Which shadow thing?
You know what?
When you see me, like, do that shadow motion,
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Oh, I thought you were channeling your inner.
Oh, no. Because what it is it's the moment that you go to execute a move, because you can set your combos. And I mean, you're executing them as you push the buttons regardless. But if you use the same button that would be for the guard, occasionally you can trigger what'll be a thing. You'll use up stamina, but it'll fake the move and go to the next move in your combo instead.
Oh, wait, can you customize your combos?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's God Hand!
Because that's what I was saying. In this, the way it functions is the more you fight, the more you'll build up experience. Like, the more you're parrying and blocking, reacting to moves, you get knowledge of that particular move. Eventually it levels to where you have that move. Then it enters your inventory to do it. Or, if there were more players, you could just join a school and just copy their moves.
Oh, okay. No, but, like, that's God Hand right there. That's literally God Hand!
Yeah, no, it functions basically like their system. You can just put it down. It's just done mostly to the analog, the right analog, helping its stance change to execute. But now you can kind of get the appeal of why I was like, yes, when it came out.
Well, that and you have Sifu, and I'm curious to see how that is.
Hi, right? I'm enjoying that. So, like,
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm happy.
Come on, kill him!
You just wanted to be immortal, like, for no reason.
No!
It's fine. He's right there.
Yeah, but does he have full health again, or?
Well, even if he did this time, it still wouldn't be as bad.
Oh yeah, because it's one-on-one this time instead of...
The problem was I had to deal with that whole group of people before I got to him. If it's just him, then it's just a one-on-one. I can deal with that. But see, that's every so often when you see that little circle move, like popping over the head and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a move that you're slowly acquiring knowledge of.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I say the more you fight, the quicker you execute learning moves.
Oh, alright. Oh, great.
Yeah. But I'm ready this time.
I believe in you, Captain K. Hey, what's your character's name, by the way?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Because I never really have to use it.
Oh, okay.
Like, they don't ever call me by it, so
Hmm. You should really stick to...
usually in the system just says my PSN name. I do remember I had to put something in. I just don't remember what it is.
You should stick to the one name system like I do. Gobblecock for everything.
Oh, there it is. Optimi Lux.
What?
Over here. In the upper left under level 5.
Wait. Upper left, level 5. Oh! Oh! Okay. Go figure.
Right now I'm at rank prospect.
That's fine. I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that as a good thing.
But I got some skill points out of all that lovely. So we're getting some more endurance, more moves. Because officially that's what it is. The more endurance you have, the more stamina you have. The more stamina you have, the more combos you can do consecutively. Because you don't have to worry about your stamina being gone.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a thing you want to take into consideration with each point you do, because as you're leveling, you need to be like, okay, well, what do I need to be able to execute my next move or this? So you kind of have to map it out unless you just got this, and it's very hard. And see, that's normally like the dueling system.
Okay.
What they call the encounter system is you would basically enter matchmaking, and if somebody else was just floating around, they'd throw you in an arena, and then you two would just fight 3 matches.
Oh, cool.
So as I said, that's the end game kind of thing. Is after you get through all these other little minor battles and get through that one white door, it's going to be more tournament style stuff just with people. It's going to become more just flat out duels.
Oh, okay.
So as I say, it's a fun way to kind of train you up into it before you go deal with people, and then people still are running around the world, so you'll still fight them anyway. It's just this is the lower tier of people trying to get to the upper tier.
Oh, okay.
So if you're encountering people here, they're probably doing the same as you, trying to get to that one battle pass. And then after that, you move to another plane and be fighting like a higher tier of people, which means different players too, because they rank higher.
Fair enough. So when you're blocking, is it like blocking low, high, mid, or is it just blocking in general?
It would be blocked, but you can still do directional. So if you need it to block low, you can still kind of aim the analog stick. I had to think what the word was.
Oh, okay.
The analog stick, the left analog stick down, and then still holding the block, and they'll block down low, because that'll do against sweeps. So you can block low and do different things like that. You can use the dodge button, just dodge out the way if you have the stamina to spare it. If you do the timing right, you can just parry it. So instead of holding the guard button, you just tap it at the right time. You can parry it.
No, that's never gonna happen. Me and parry characters.
It's not as terrible. Actually, the parry system in this is not as bad as you think. Like, even in most of these fights you saw, at some point I've parried.
Well, no, me personally.
For what they filmed.
No, me personally. Parry characters and me just do not. We don't.
You just can't do the parry.
No. From, like, Beautiful Joe's
I
Umi.
could do parry until it got to second. Then I was like, my parry game, I ain't got good. I ain't, no.
Well, let me put it to you this way.
Put me to the test.
Have you ever heard of, well, I know, because this is not, like, the same thing. You ever hear of Quan Ho, Fist of Heroes?
It sounds familiar.
Wow, okay, then you know a lot more than I give credit for. Quan Ho Fist of, for those who were wondering, way back, I mean way back, and I mean way back in like 2005. There was this one. It was I don't know if EG is still around. They do like a lot of they do a lot of free to play MMOs. They actually published and kept running on the servers. Quan Ho. This was a Tekken clone. Like it was you customize your fighter, you choose, but instead of actually, because they have like a bunch of preset combat styles that you could use from Taekwondo, Muay Thai, Tai Chi, Judo, Bajichuan, etc. And the parry character was the Tai Chi one. And my God, was that a pain in the ass.
I do remember. The only reason I think I know of it is because at the same time, that was during my movie getting phase.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
So I was really hunting around and doing those a lot anyway.
Yeah, no, like, if you have a chance, if you have somewhat, well, no, they actually did have a sequel, Jingwu. It's China exclusive, though. If you can play that game, like, fucking do it. Because, like, they have, like, 11 classes now, etc., etc. But it was like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this Tekken clone was bad. No, it wasn't. It was really good. I mean, really well done. Cause the counters were there. It was a legit 3D fighting game, a lot better than anything like Mortal Kombat put out. It was more along the lines of cause I guess one could compare it more towards Virtua Fighter because you had to actually hold down a button to block.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of like more its closest aesthetic, I guess you could say it at the time.
Yeah. I mean, that game was fantastic. 100% fantastic. I just wish, like, both that and Lost Saga were still around. Lost Saga being, I guess you could say it's a Smite clone before Smite was a thing. Or rather, yeah. No, yeah, it was. It really was. Except, like, the combat was real-time. It didn't have one-click combat nonsense. This was before the time Dota and League of Shit came out, etc. And you basically choose your hero, you can customize the war gear, and then you just go to town on everybody else. My thing was a Shadow Assassin. Everybody hated my Shadow Assassin, and for good reason. My Shadow Assassin was fucking terrible. Like, everybody feared my Shadow Assassin. Mm-hmm.
Just wreaking havoc out on the field.
Pretty much. There were times where I took on like 4 people at once, just with my Shadow Assassin, and nobody could land a hit on me. Yeah, man, I was like, I did not play around in Lost Saga. It's not just that. Some of the guest characters they had were pretty baller. They had, like, Soul Bad Guy. What the fuck is his name from Blaz? Yeah, no, when you get a chance, check it out. That Soul Bad Guy, like, a bunch of people from Blaz Blue as well. May, Jesus, I'm still trying to remember some of the other characters. But yeah, they had like a ton. Yeah, they had a ton. Don't get me wrong, Soul sucked in that one. Ragna, there you go. More people chose Ragna than they did Saul. Because while Soul had like unblockable moves, you had to actually forego a cast to do that. Ragna, on the other hand, some of his movesets, they were unblockable by default. Top that off, his combo potential. Oh my God, it was just redonk, just nothing but redonk. Oh, and I didn't know we were at the end.
Yep. So join us next time for more combat and faceless people.
Happy March Matchness, everybody.